Okay, MB Moose Lover here again with one more backyard deer video. I don't have access to my regular moose area, so in the winter, so I have to get videos wherever I can. Working on some bird feeder videos here. I don't have very much luck with the birds yet, but we'll see anyway. With this one here, I don't want to talk over it, so I'm just a couple of points I wanted to make, and then just here and there, just a couple little points, and then it's a long video, but I think if you stick with it, it's got some really nice footage in it, and a lot of people don't get to see deer actually feed on what they normally feed on naturally, and that's the Cedar Boughs. And if you go to the introduction, I give a little speech there on deer feeding habits and a little history on New Brunswick deer. So, and also I've sped some of this up because it originally was like a little over half an hour long. So I sped some of it up, and right the first year it speeds up a little bit and then it slows down, so you can really I wanted you to see them feeding closer to the camera as they get up closer here, and sort of the better footage I slowed down, so, and then it goes back into some sped up stuff just to get through it a little quicker, just so I don't think people really want to listen necessarily a whole half hour of it or watch a whole half hour of it, but anyway, just enjoy it, and later. And these were just some low hanging branches on a few cedars on my property here that I cut off for them. I get some trees blown down in the winter, and sometimes I can take some of the branches off of them and feed them if they really need it in the winter. But I don't feed deer specifically. I did years ago, but not lately. So. There you go. Okay. So I was there around 2 o'clock, and they showed up here around 4 o'clock, so a couple hours it took for them to smell them. They can pretty well smell when they get broken off, and when you're snapping them off, and just the smell comes off them, so they knew they were there pretty quick. And they can also smell me, because you'll see them here. They kind of hesitate and back up a bit there, because they can smell that I've been there handling them. But it doesn't take them too long to calm down when you're hungry. You can put up with it, and they're fairly used to me. They're right close to my house here, so they go, barely 100 yards from the house. So it won't take them long to go at it. I just want to point out this little fawn here. He's eating what we always called old man's beard, and it's a lichen that grows on usually dead trees, I've got some big tamaracks and spruce here on my property that are, 50 feet high, that are just covered with it at the top, and limbs will fall off of it. They're dead trees, and I just never took them down yet, and it'll grow on spruce too, living spruce, and it's kind of like a fungal thing in a sense, and like a mushroom type thing, or the fungus that grow on trees, but it's a little different. I think it's in a different genre, but it's they call it old man's beer because it's kind of like stringy and almost like alfalfa, and so anyway, this little guy here, when you think of these fawns learning to feed, as they get older, and these are two fawns that are just born this spring, so their mother has already taught them, and they already realized that that's a food source, and in the winter they just love it, and the wind is the whitetail's best friend in the winter, because you get big windstorms and it'll blow a pile of this stuff off onto the snow, and cedar boughs too, just little tips will come off and they'll just vacuum the snow, and I write about that in my introduction there. And but this little guy, he's going to come around here and he's going to get a little stick, and he picks up a piece with a stick on it, and he knows enough to try and get the little beard stuff off of the stick so he doesn't eat the stick. And it's like, they have enough natural instinct that if he eats that stick, he's going to have to regurgitate this food back up and chew it again, and it'll be a little hard on his throat to swallow the stick and then have to regurgitate it again. So it's like they know not to eat the sticks. He's got a little stick right there now, and he'll come around here and he's gonna get one little piece right up close there, and you can see that he actually kind of separates it and then spits the stick out. So they're really intelligent and adaptable creatures there. It's amazing. And this video here is I sped some of it up. It's still quite a long video, but this little pile of boughs here now, they're not going to eat it all in this video. And then they came back at night and basically cleaned it, and well, it's not much to clean. I mean, there's only 3 deer there, but they came back later in the night, and my camera I don't have it set for night video, so I don't like night videos anyway. So, but they can eat a lot of this stuff in one sitting, and but it goes through their systems quite slow, and they have 4 stomachs, and so they really they'll regurgitate their food and chew it again, and so they can live on it, and they do. Out in the big woods, they live on it. And so anyway, I'm gonna stop yakking here, and you just kind of watch for this little guy when he comes around here, and he's going to be really intricate when he gets this lichen off of this bush here. So okay, later. And just one more thing here too. This is on the 28th of December, and the snow here, we had got a couple of snowfalls, and but not much. I mean, we only had not even hardly a foot here total. And right now, when I'm narrating this, and this is January 2nd, I think, and all of our snow is pretty well off. It rained and it's taken it pretty well off, and so these deer are having a really good winter here. We're in January, and I mean, there's a lot of winter to go, and but we've had a couple of real good winters the last 2, so let's just hope it's another good one. And this is funny right here, because Mama here, the big doe, she's like, I mean, they love their youngsters, but it's like, you're not getting all that old man's beard. I want some of that. So she's gonna kind of hoard in on it here, and it's like, I want some of that too. And just shows you how much they love the stuff, because she's like leaving the cedar to go get it. It's really cute. I think it's that they like the texture of it, where it's a soft, kind of different texture than the boughs, And I'm just going to bring the volume up here just a tad in the editing. Just I don't want to get too much background noise in it, but just so you can hear him chewing here just a little bit better, I'm going to just try it here and see how it turns out. And just remember, keep in mind that these are ruminants, so they don't have any top teeth in the front. So they're just using their bottom incisors to kind of snip that stuff off, and then it's just their molars doing the rest of the work, so they don't have any top teeth in the front. And I just wanted to point out also here that this little fawn on the left here, his mother, he's a buck. See his little antler nubs there, and then get the velvet on them. And that's how they start out, with just a little nub with the velvet, and then next year he'll start his first set of antlers, and then the one on the back there is just she's a dove. So point that out. And this is on the 30th, so they basically cleaned all the boughs up that night, and my camera, I haven't turned off at night, so and then there was no videos for 2 days, so until this morning here. on the 30th, so they obviously cleaned it up all in one night, and I didn't get no more videos. So and this little guy coming here by himself. He's back at the old man's beard again. So I hope you enjoyed it. Later.